Him and his teammates are pushing the bottom inhibitor turret, and they have Baron so they could wait for the minions to push in, but Laji lands Sonic Wave on Pantheon and decides to go in, setting up the 4-man knockup with his Dragon Rage into the Yasuo Last Breath. Sadly, Laji does go down, but his teammates are going to be cleaning up. Fizz all over this Rammus. He's not going to let him get away. Urchin strikes him, ignites him, and dodges Ari's charm just as he hits her with Chum the Waters. Let's take a look at that one again. Hits it. Thinks about it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Goes in, safeguards to a ward, and gets a beautiful knockup right there into the Last Breath. With Kalista, and he sees his friend Elise coming in for a gank, so he wants to go in, predicts the death sentence, flashes it, holds down Lucian. Lucian grabs a lantern, but then Relling predicts the dash, bringing him back in with a dredge line and allowing Kalista to pick up the kill with Ren. Meanwhile, Rammus is rolling in and Tahm Kench teleporting. He's going to be knocking him up with the Fate's Call, separating Rammus from the Kalista. Meanwhile, Tahm Kench consumes Rammus, but then gets pulled back in by Darius, tethered down by Relling. He's not going to be going anywhere. Relling then pulls in Thresh and allows Darius to pick up a kill with Noxie and Guillotine. They're going to be taking down this first tier tower and the dragon. Not 570 stacks, so he's not doing too bad for himself. However, the enemy team is setting up a trap. That's a Gangplank barrel in the bush for whoever gets too close, and John is the prize winner. She monsoons immediately, but Bard's Tempered Fate holds Volibear and Jhin down. This is looking real bad for the red team, and Mispired knows this, so he teleports on a ward behind the battle and starts making his way towards the enemy base. Diana and Janna run for their lives as Wukong and Vayne follow the Janna. She throws a tornado. Vayne flashes it and shields herself from the auto attack damage, going back to the fountain. Now Diana's going to try to distract the blue team, but she gets condemned immediately. Zhonya's, but she is distracting them, and Mispired takes down the inhibitor and starts making his way towards the Nexus. Yasuo went back to defend it, but Mispired doesn't care. Withers him and starts striking away at the Nexus with some siphoning strikes. He gets Last Breath, but he doesn't care. He wants to make Papa Searches proud, and he does so. We have Sweeping Blades doing the high diamond plays against a top lane Morgana. She doesn't have her ultimate, and she's constantly trying to predict his dashes by throwing out these bindings. Lee Sin shows up, flashes Dragon Rages, but he goes back into him with a Steel Tempest pop-up into a Last Breath and proceeds to Sweeping Blades throughout the minion. Hits him with a Tempest, is going around. She predicts incorrectly again, and he goes on top of the Lee Sin. Lee Sin safeguards over to the Morgana, and he wind walls the Sonic Wave, taking out Lee Sin. Orianna's going to be coming in from behind in the try to help with this tower dive. She throws the ball on top of Sweeping Blades into a Shockwave for an easy kill. But a fight's about to break out in the bottom lane as Rengar's on the hunt. He's looking to leap on top of Jhin. Fiora already teleporting in, so XDD teleports in as well. He's going to be a little too late. Jhin goes down. He gets knocked back by Jonas Monsoon, but he's not done yet. Apprehends Fiora, hits her with the crippling strikes into the Decimate, taking her out with the Noxie and Guillotine, gets the reset, flashes, takes Vayne out as well. Cue the Space Jam music, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Cloud9 versus Fnatic all over again. XDD said, balls, take the wheels, and give me the Penta. Not looking too good. They're behind in gold and in kills, and if they don't do anything about it, this second tier turret is going to be going down as well. Artemius knows a fight's about to break out. He hits the hunt. Thresh gets taken out. It's not looking good, but then he leaps onto the back line. They all converge for a 5-man Shockwave into a 5-man Last Breath. Artemius does go down, but he is a martyr for his team because this allows them to come back into the game. Let's take a look at that one again. Hits the Ghost Blade, leaps on the back line, and you see the blue team all walk towards him into their own demise. His teammates go down, and Zin's doing the red, so he's going to be going in solo. He's not worried, though. He opens up with a collateral, instantly taking out Master Yi. Thinks about going back, but then he drops an Observer Ward in the try. Lucian face checks to his death. Gets hit with the end of the line and a couple of auto attacks. Zed deathmarks Graves. He's going to be dashed and drops the smoke screen. Heals up. Zed goes back on his deathmark Shadow. Flashes over. Throws his shuriken, but he dodges them with the end of the line and an auto attack. He takes him out. Dodges the death sentence and is kiting away. Gets the Quadra, but then gives Zin an extra kill. team is doing Baron right now, and they have a Lee Sin and a Kalista. This is a guaranteed Baron for them. So Renekton's going to be going in, trying to distract him and take him down. He flashes in with the Dominus. He's doing AoE damage, but he's also taking a lot of damage as well. He's going down, but here comes Bob. He flashes over, drops Lamb's Respite, keeping Baron alive. Kalista pops her Ren stacks. Lee Sin smites, but Bob holds on to his. He's going to take out Lee Sin and smites Baron down, giving his team the buff. Sadly, Bob will be going down, but his efforts will be remembered and honored. Kalista goes down as well. Red team taking their newly acquired Baron buff downtown to the mid lane. Let's take a look at that play again. Now, you couldn't see it, but Bob was spamming Dance of Arrows whenever it was on cooldown to get to Baron faster, pulling a clutch Lamb's Respite like this. No wonder why he's a master tier player. On Cassiopeia, the red team just pushed the blue team off of Dragon, and they're on the pursuit. Hecarim uses Onslaught of Shadows in the backline, and Kalista uses QSS. This is very important. Cherry Pew Pew wraps around the corner and sees all 5 members of the blue team coming at her. She turns around, flashes, and gets them all with a Petrifying Gaze. Starting off with Kalista, taking her out with the Twin Fangs, and then Thresh, and then Victor. Let's take a look at that one again. Looks like she's running away, but then turns back around with a fadeaway and starts taking the carries out of the fight one by one. Real. His teammates are going to try to steal Baron from the blue team, but they're only going to be putting themselves incredibly out of position. It's not looking good for Jarvan and Twisted Fate as they're stuck in the Baron pit. Shyvana's going to easily deal with them both. Volibear's the next to go. He gets held down by Lissandra, the Ice Prison. Even Lulu tries to flash and save him, but it doesn't work out. Missingno starts to work on Shyvana, takes her down. Look at the Mystic Shot on Lissandra as she comes over from the Glacial. Blade of the Ruin King on Lucian, but he takes him down even after flashing. Nasus flashes into Missingno, but then he Arcane shifts into Janna, picking up the Quadra kill, and it's just a matter of time before he gets that sweet, sweet pentakill. Not only does he get the pentakill, but he ends the game himself as well. Let's take a look at that one again because there's a lot of things going on that play. He's doing a beautiful job kiting every Mystic Shot, every auto attack going backwards. Take a look at the Mystic Shot on Lissandra just as she comes over, the Blade of the Ruin King, and the Mystic Shot on Lucian after he even flashes. And our bonus clip comes in from G-Master Skywalker on Azir. He's farming the mid lane, doing his thing, minding his own business, but he's about to get ganked by 2 scary men and a very sad mummy. Things are looking grim. He's getting boxed in. Arises a soldier, goes in with a shifting, and then moves him with Conquering Sands and pushes Garen on the other side with Emperor's Divide. By the way, guys, make sure to check out the giveaway we've got going on underneath this video in the description box. There's a link that will lead you to a giveaway for not just 1, but 2 HyperX Cloud